Now in 4 News Now at 6, major construction is underway near an East Spokane elementary school. How it's meant to keep students safe and why one man whose backyard is now a work site says this project is necessary.
After a chilly start to the week, we're finally heading in the right direction. I'll show you how much warmer and drier tomorrow will be as we slowly climb back to normal in the first alert forecast.
And tonight, a mother grieving the loss of her 12-year-old daughter.
She was my best friend.
The pain her daughter was hiding behind her smile and the lessons we can learn from this tragedy. You're watching 4 News Now at 6. Orange cones and big signs are reminding drivers on Hartson Avenue to slow down while crews add sidewalks to the street. Thanks so much for joining us this evening. I'm Derek Dice. Kirsten O'Connor has the night off. The Hartson construction has been a big priority for Francis Scott Elementary School nearby because a lot of their students walk to school. But a heads up for those who drive through the area. This week, Hartson is closed between Freya and Havana, with exceptions only for local traffic. Mary Sheridan joins us live to show us why this work was needed in this neighborhood. Mary.
Right. No, this has been a top priority, improvements in this neighborhood for Scott Elementary School ever since they were approved for the Safe Routes to School grants just a few years ago. And when I was out here earlier today, I saw crews working to extend the sidewalk, which, as you can see, take a look behind me, does take a big chunk out of some of the neighbors' lawns here. But some tell me that might be worth it.
A lot of people will probably fuss over a couple feet of their yard, but to me, I think it's a pretty fair trade.
Those who live along Hartson Avenue have had to put up with a lot since construction began in late April. Power tools, loud dump trucks, and now road closures. But Kyle Wilson says he remains optimistic.
People will be safer, and it just makes it easier to get around the neighborhood. I do see a lot of kids walking to school past my house and coming down this way, so it's kind of nice to know that they don't have to like sprint across the street to feel safe to get to school.
In winter, that's when we hear the most about it, because if there isn't even a sidewalk to shovel for kids to walk on, that means they're walking in the street.
Spokane Public Schools works with the City of Spokane to review where repairs are needed most. According to Spokane Public Schools, most students who live south of Scott Elementary don't take the bus, so extended sidewalks and curbs will help make their journey to school safer.
Along with that is making those bump outs at those corners. When those curbs get bumped out, it creates a more narrow space at that intersection, which alerts drivers to slow down, so that's safer.
And if weather allows, Hartson should only be closed between Freya and Havana for this week. Now, this total project will expected to be wrapping up in July so that kids in this neighborhood will have brand new sidewalks right before they go back to school. Reporting live in Spokane, Mary Sheridan, 4 News Now.
All right, Mary, thank you so much. The Spokane City Council is set to vote on an ordinance tonight that would make it easier and cheaper to have a block party in your neighborhood. Here's how it would work. If approved, the city would create a program that runs from June all the way through Halloween. It would streamline the process to close down main streets and create car-free spaces for community events. It would get rid of some of the permitting fees for free events that don't impact any intersections and don't close down more than a block. We'll bring you the results of tonight's vote right here on 4 News Now and online at KXLY.com. All right, Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker joins us now. And Chris, pretty chilly to start the day. Should we expect more of the same tomorrow?
No, it will be warmer tomorrow morning thanks to some clouds, but we did get down into the frost zone in some locations this morning. Omak, Colville, Pullman, and Deer Park. There were frost advisories in effect for those areas. It was 37 this morning in Moses Lake and 38 in Spokane. Will be a little bit warmer tonight, but we're going to keep a very close eye on overnight lows for the first part of the week. We may be back in this territory again Tuesday night and into Wednesday morning. In the meantime, not much of a warm up today. We got up to only 52 degrees in Spokane. 68 is our average high. Sunset tonight at 8:27. We will be warmer tomorrow. Here's a look at Tuesday's highs, but still well below our average high of 68. Actually, tomorrow it will be up, to 68. 60 in Spokane tomorrow, 62 in Meade, 9 Mile, and downtown, but lots of 50s for Airway Heights, Cheney, Spangle, and Coeur d'Alene. Post Falls, Spirit Lake, and Hayden all staying in the 50s tomorrow. We'll also find 50s throughout North Idaho and down onto the Palouse. We've dried out after some showers today, just a few sprinkles in North Idaho, but there is another line of precipitation that is moving in. So in your evening forecast, expect some showers and possibly an isolated thunderstorm later tonight. I'll tell you all about that coming up in just a few minutes, Derek.
All right, Chris, thank you. $48 million in federal funding is being taken away from the aerospace manufacturing facility in Airway Heights. That facility was expected to bring in hundreds of jobs to the area. But now it will have to start all over to find funding. Derek Strom spoke to local businesses who believe this decision will hurt the local economy.
This definitely slows down growth within the area.
Putting an aerospace manufacturing and testing facility in Airway Heights had the potential to create hundreds of jobs at the facility alone. When it was announced, local businesses were excited for a new wave of people moving to the area.
If it brings in other restaurants to the Airway Heights area or outlying Cheney, Medical Lake areas, that still brings more people to our area, more people to reach out to.
Many businesses around Airway Heights were looking forward to getting a boost from people moving here to work at the Aerospace Tech Hub. But now that funding's been pulled, they're worried about the effect that will have on the local economy.
It affects every business that's out there, whether it's a grocery store, the new builders store out here. Those are all businesses that could have benefited from the influx of people in the area.
It also brought the potential for aerospace companies to move to the inland Northwest, and the facility already had partnerships set up to work with local schools and universities for educational programs. Spokane Public Schools said in a statement, there were no concrete plans for SPS's involvement in the Tech Hub, although our Career and Technical Education Department leads participated in an ongoing discussion and we're expecting to partner with the industry on it. This isn't the end of the road for the project, though. The Trump administration says it will restart the application process for tech hubs nationwide, and previously selected tech hubs will have to start over and re-enter their applications. Local politicians are still hopeful Airway Heights will be selected again for tech hub funding. Spokane County Commissioner Al French, who represents the West Plains, said in a statement, President Trump has always stood for a strong, self-resilient America. I, too, support that vision and will continue making the case that this funding be restored. In Airway Heights, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
All right, still ahead here on 4 News Now at 6. A baseball league in Spokane stepping up to the plate. How the program isn't letting mental or physical disabilities stop children from playing sports. A hiking trip takes a dangerous turn for a group of teens, leaving them stranded on a cliff. What went wrong and the simple steps you can take to avoid needing to be rescued. And up next, a 12-year-old girl full of life slipped through the cracks of the very system meant to protect her. Tonight, her mother shares Sarah's story, the heartbreaking failures and the urgent lessons she hopes can save other children.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+. 4 News Now is brought to you by Andy's Heating, Cooling, Electrical.
This year, spend your summer in a new Toyota from Findlay Downtown Toyota. And take advantage of the great lease options and financing specials currently being offered. This week at Findlay.
Celebrity Wheel of Fortune is all new.
And with these all-stars,
Look at that!
It's game on.
The luckiest spinner in the history of this show.
Because I'm very popular.
Celebrity Wheel of Fortune, new Tuesday and Wednesday on ABC.
Dealing with the insurance company after a car wreck can be an intense game.
A game of offense versus defense.
I'm attorney Matt Russell.
And I'm attorney Jim Hill.
We know that winning against the insurance company can be tough.
And they'll do anything to keep you from getting the compensation you're entitled to.
But we know the playbook to beating them.
And we love scoring big for you, so you can get all the money you deserve.
So don't be on the losing side.
Call Russell and Hill.
We have the playbook to win.
What can we make for you today? From the Sweet Palace in Phillipsburg, Montana.
Celebrating 30 breathtaking years, one extraordinary show. The dance and music spectacular that took the world by storm and captured the hearts of millions. Riverdance. And now, experience the passion and energy of this mesmerizing show live on stage. Riverdance, the new generation. Coming to First Interstate Center for the Arts, May 28th and 29th. Get tickets now at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Thinking of upgrading your kitchen? Don't miss your opportunity this Memorial Day at Fred's Appliance, your local veteran-founded, family-owned appliance expert since 1962. Say hello to Cafe Appliance Packages, stunning pairing and trusted features. With GE Cafe, you don't have to compromise style for function. Customize your kitchen to look the way you want with top-of-the-line finishes and looks. Build your GE Kitchen Cafe suite and save up to an additional $3,000 with mail-in rebate.
To look at this video, you'd think it's any normal 12-year-old girl having fun on TikTok. But that may have been true at one time, but for this girl, 12-year-old Sarah Niyibona, there's a different story. And that story ended here at an unmarked grave at a cemetery in West Spokane. Sarah's short life came to an end last month when she took her own life while in the care of Providence Sacred Heart Medical Center. And tonight, we begin a week-long look at mental illness and our teens in crisis. We hope to shed light on a topic that touches so many homes across our region. Good morning, Northwest. Hannah Joy is with us tonight. And Hannah, Sarah's mom reached out to you so her daughter's story could be told.
She did, Derek. And in the middle of heartbreak, Nasra Gertrude, Sarah's mother, trusted me with something sacred, her daughter's story. She told me over and over again that Sarah did not want to die. All she wanted to do was beat her mental illness and be home with her family. But instead, the system designed to help Sarah actually failed her.
The death of Sarah, it took a part of me. I know I will be strong for my other 5 kids that I have, but I'm not gonna be the same.
To the world, Sarah Jo Niyibona was just a 12-year-old girl, but to her mother, Nasra Gertrude, she was so much more.
She was my best friend.
Sarah was her shadow, her sidekick, never far from her mother's side.
She loved to go with me everywhere. As soon as I leave the house, Mom, can I come with you? So she was very close to me.
But there were things Sarah kept hidden. Nasra shared with me that she found her daughter's journal, one Sarah kept close.
I am so, unhappy these past few days. Sleeping in, feeling fat.
Although Sarah was always dancing, mastering the latest TikTok trends with a smile, behind the joy was something so much heavier.
Then I realized in mid-October, she's wrapping her. She was right to her left arm with a scar.
Sarah was cutting. What started as a single silent sign turned into a pattern Nasra couldn't ignore.
And then it continued. From cutting to big cuts. It is like graduating every 2 weeks, every week.
As the cuts grew deeper, they turned into suicide attempts. Sarah was first taken to Sacred Heart Hospital and eventually admitted to Inland Northwest Behavioral Health, known as IMBH. Through it all, Sarah held on to small moments.
Today, my big sister came and visited me. I was very happy and we had a great time. Hopefully, I see my little brother Isaiah. I miss him so much. Literally, I can't wait until I go somewhere other than Sacred Heart.
Home. Sarah wanted to be home, but that hope was no match for what came next.
And it keep on going and going. She spent 8 times in the hospital, from the hospital to IMBH, from the IMBH home.
It was clear to Nasra that home was not where Sarah would get the help she needed. In February, she took Sarah back to Sacred Heart Hospital.
When I see her in the hospital, I was like, thank God she's in safe hands. I don't have to worry about her attempting anything.
And for the first time, Nasra could breathe. The hospital had a real plan, one built to protect Sarah.
There will be a nurse who will be checking on her every 15 minutes, but also we put the alarm at the door. If she open, we can hear her open the door. And you see there's a nurse station here, there's people here, so she's safe.
Despite those safeguards, Sarah got out. On April 13th, the hospital called Nasra, saying Sarah left her room, rode the elevator, and crossed this sky bridge and got all the way up to the 4th floor parking garage and jumped. Sarah survived, but had catastrophic injuries. By the time Nasra reached Sarah's room, doctors and nurses were trying to save her.
And I can see the machine, the beeping stopped. It was all 3 straight line. I knew my daughter, she was gone right there. I just waited for them to tell me.
Healthcare workers finally confirmed what Nasra already knew. Sarah was gone. Beyond that, Nasra says that's all she's been told. How Sarah got out, why no one stopped her, those questions still have no answers.
I need them to answer me. Sarah did not want to die. She did not want to die. She was seeking for help.
You see, Sarah was never supposed to end up here, at least not at 12 years old. No headstone, no inscription, just flowers that are fading away. Somehow, when the system built to protect her, Sarah slipped through the door, and it cost her everything.
They failed me. They failed Sarah. They failed Sarah's family.
Really heartbreaking stuff, Hannah. So how does Sarah's mother want her to be remembered?
So, Derek, as you heard, I have to start by saying this. This was a really hard story for me,
Sure.
Very emotional for me. I had to take several breaks. And as you heard in the piece, Sarah's mother said over and over and over again, Sarah didn't want to die. She did not want to die. And so she wants to be remembered as a fighter, one who fought for her life, because she didn't want this to happen.
We saw that the cemetery, the little grave there with no headstone. Why is that?
Derek, the reality is she can't afford it. She's a single mom. She has 5 other kids. Then on top of that, she has so many other medical bills from Sarah.
Understandable, for sure. So what message does Mom want Sacred Heart and other healthcare workers, I guess, to know about her daughter's situation?
Derek, she wants them to know that mental illness is not a joke. It's not a game. And there are people that are fighting every day just to make it to the next day. And it's not just about money. It's about real people fighting a battle that no one can see. No one can see. And so she wants them to know that this is for real. This is for real, and to take it serious and to know that compassion is what's needed here today.
All right. Hannah, thank you so much for that. Well, one of the biggest questions that remains is, how did Sarah slip through the cracks of psychiatric care alone and unnoticed? We walk you through what happened inside Providence Sacred Heart the night Sarah died and what investigators are uncovering. That's tomorrow on 4 News Now at 6 o'clock. And many experts suggest parents sit down with their kids to see if they're struggling with their mental health. They also suggest you regularly check in on them, not just when you think something is wrong.
Natural for us to not bring things up until it's top of mind or until it's a problem. The issue with that is that kids are looking to us. They need a guide.
Convincing your child to open up is no easy task. That's why our Natalie Grant is sharing tips on how to approach these potentially life-saving conversations tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest. And we aren't stopping there. We want to take your mental health questions directly to the experts. What do you want to know about talking to your children about mental health? Email us at the address on your screen there, news4@kxly.com, with the subject line, Teens in Crisis. Then this Thursday, we'll answer as many of your questions as possible. Also, if you or someone you know is struggling with their mental health, you can always call the 988 Crisis Support Lifeline to speak with a trained mental health professional. You're watching 4 News Now at 6. We'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The Medellin Falls Bigfoot Festival returns in June. Go to mfbigfoot.com.
This Memorial Day at the Tin Roof, get 30% off store-wide. All the best brands at 30% off. Custom dining, custom living, custom bedroom, everything's 30% off. Hurry in for Memorial Day savings only at the Tin Roof.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on our next job. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. Our thanks to Horizon Credit Union for sponsoring the 4 News Now Extreme Team.
New York City's hottest hits are landing right here in Spokane. Join SDCU Best of Broadway, live at First Interstate Center for the Arts. It's lights up on a thrilling new season. Moulin Rouge, the musical, The Notebook, Back to the Future, Some Like It Hot, and the epic return of Disney's The Lion King. You just have to be there. Get your season tickets and get swept away at shows.broadwayspokane.com.
We are bringing caring for the person who is dying back into their own family.
It's all about the person that's leaving this world, but it's equally about the family.
With the necessary supports to assure their comfort, symptom management, and accompaniment as they walk through those final days that for many can be very scary. With caring support can really be the fullness of living as a person dies.
Here at Coeur d'Alene Honda, we're more than just a car dealership. We're family. For the past 53 years, we've been proudly serving our community.
We offer the best vehicles with a nationwide lifetime warranty.
From coast to coast, we've got you covered.
Whether you're looking for an affordable used car, we're looking to upgrade to a new Honda. We're here to make the process simple and stress-free.
It's not just about selling cars.
We give back to local charities and support our community.
And don't forget about our lifetime warranty.
This Memorial Day at the Tin Roof, get 30% off store-wide. All the best brands at 30% off. Custom dining, custom living, custom bedroom, everything's 30% off. Hurry in for Memorial Day savings only at the Tin Roof.
4 things to know about your weather. We have more rain on the way this evening with the possibility of an isolated thunderstorm mainly over the higher terrain. It will be drier Tuesday, just a slight chance of afternoon showers. A slow warming trend kicks off tomorrow, and it will be breezy at times. Our radar right now, after some showers this morning, we saw things taper off just for a few sprinkles, but we have more wet weather developing to the west and headed almost directly to the east, including this thunderstorm right here that's heading into the Blue Mountains, but we could see some additional development south of Moses Lake. Our forecast radar brings that wet weather into the Spokane area around 9-10 o'clock. That will also be the case down around the Palouse, both Idaho and Washington. It moves out around midnight, but we still have the possibility of some hit and miss showers through the overnight and even into early tomorrow morning before we dry out more completely. Might even see a hint of sunshine tomorrow morning. In your hour-by-hour forecast on Tuesday, we'll be in the 40s at 7 o'clock, 50 by 10 o'clock with dry conditions, but that little bit of a breeze making those 40s feel even cooler. We could see wind gusts in the 20-mile-per-hour range. A slight chance of showers starting late morning and continuing through early afternoon, and then we'll dry out. High temperature of 60 degrees is 8 degrees warmer than today, but still 8 degrees below average. But we're going to be gaining on that average high. In the meantime, our chance of precipitation, 30% chance tomorrow, but most of that is from the overnight hours after midnight. We only have a 20% chance of showers in the afternoon, and then very slight chances of a sprinkle here and a rogue shower there through the weekend. A much drier week ahead. The extended forecast, May 27th all the way through the beginning of June, is trending a little bit toward above average precipitation and above average temperatures in that 8 to 14-day forecast as well. After almost 2 weeks, by the time it's over, of below average temperatures, that might be welcome. We're going to gradually see our temperatures increasing to average by Friday, staying right about average Saturday with that chance of showers, and then we are into the 70s on Sunday and Monday. We'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. From the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand, right now you can get a 2.99% APR on a 2025 Pilot.
The Open House Memorial Sale is on now at R&R RV in Liberty Lake. See the top-selling motorhomes, toy haulers, fifth wheels, and travel trailers from the nation's top brands. Tour our service centers, stock up in the parts department, and enjoy free barbecue Friday and Saturday. Every RV open and marked with a low sale price. Plus, adult beverages from Trailbreaker Cider House on Saturday. The Open House Memorial Sale on now at R&R RV Center in Liberty Lake.
You'll love Yachtly Crew, a 7-piece SoCal band who has started a nationwide yacht rock craze. Live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, July 3rd. George Thorogood and the Destroyers bring their roof-shaking rock party to the Coeur d'Alene Casino live Thursday, July 31st. Winter Music Nashville's multi-platinum star Gabby Barrett is an unstoppable force in country music and will be live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, August 14th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
When I was told I needed radiation treatment for a brain tumor, I couldn't stop thinking about what could happen to my memories. Those moments I cherish from growing up, of finding myself, of the people I love, of what I've created. Could they all just fade away? But when I learned how precise treatment was with Gamma Knife, I was reassured that those moments would be preserved. Because it's not only about protecting the memories I've made, but the ones I have yet to create.
For the third year in a row, Sturm Heating proudly stands as one of the top HVAC companies in the greater Spokane region. Our team of over 80 HVAC experts prioritize your comfort and air quality utilizing today's most advanced systems. With 80 years of experience, we embody strength, technical excellence, and community commitment. Trust us for unparalleled service. Discover more at sturmheating.com. Your comfort, our legacy. Sturm Heating since 1945, and we're just getting started.
4 News Now is brought to you by Findlay Downtown Toyota.
All right, take a look at this. Spokane Valley Fire shared these photos after rescuing 4 teenagers stranded on a cliff near the Stevens Creek trailhead early yesterday morning. Spokane Valley Fire, Spokane County Fire District 8, and Search and Rescue all worked together for hours to get the teenagers down safely. With summer quickly approaching, Marissa Rio shares some safety tips you need before hitting the trails.
It was a crisp 50 degrees at Stevens Creek Trailhead this afternoon. Perfect for a hike, maybe even a climb. That's exactly what 4 teenagers thought Saturday night when they scaled the Rocks of Sharon. Then, like today, rain rolled in.
They were just stuck on top of the rock and couldn't get down.
Their adventure quickly turned into a rescue. Spokane County Fire District 8 got the call around 11 p.m.
When they came and they hiked up that and climbed the rock, it was dry. And then a weather system moved in and created that rock to be wet and slick, as well as there was fog, so it was a little disorientation.
Spokane County Fire District 8, Spokane Valley Fire, Spokane Fire, and Search and Rescue worked together to bring the teenagers down safely. Chief Rash says this is a common place to get stuck, and there are lessons in this rescue.
People need to be prepared for what those changing weather conditions are. They need to bring warm clothes because they may be out all night. It took us several hours to extricate these folks off of the rock.
I'm not sure if you can see it, but right above me here is the tip of that rock that we are talking about. And right now it's raining. This is the exact weather that the fire chief is warning you about. Sure, this might be great weather to start walking these trails, but it's probably maybe not the best idea to start scaling up this rock right now.
One experienced climber we met today echoed that advice.
Check the weather, make sure the weather looks good before, during, and after your climb, and make sure it's good a few hours after your climb in case, you get stuck up there and you need a little more time to get down safely.
Fire Chief Rash also recommends to bring a fully charged phone, never hike alone, layer up, and wear shoes with strong grip. In Spokane Valley, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
All right, some good advice there. Governor Bob Ferguson signs a $100 million bill aimed at putting more police officers on Washington streets, why he says the state can't afford to wait.
So I just decided I was going to figure out a way for my kid to play sports.
Being part of a team and making new friends should be a possibility for every child. Coming up, how one local baseball program is empowering kids with special needs. And Election Day is tomorrow in Kootenai County with key votes that could shape local schools and emergency services. What's at stake and how it could impact you. Next on 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The Book of Mormon is the best musical of this century. You won't believe how funny it is. You won't believe how much heart it has. And when it's over, you won't believe how much you'll want to see it again. The Book of Mormon, June 3rd through 7th. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Did you know Corsair is an old-timey word for pirate? Me neither. But more importantly, it's a new-timey word for a luxury car that'll shiver your timbers at Northern Quest. It's the $110,000 Corsair Conquest giveaway, where you could set sail in a brand new Lincoln Corsair. Play daily to enter, then join Dave, Ken, and Molly for the grand prize drawing on May 31st. Plus, pre-party from 2 to 6 p.m. in case you're feeling, pillagey.
Dupixent helps people with asthma breathe better. So this is better. That too. Dupixent's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. Some people felt their asthma symptoms improve in as little as 3 days. Dupixent's not for sudden breathing problems. It helps prevent asthma attacks. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away of signs of inflamed blood vessels like rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, brown or dark-colored urine, tingling or numbness in limbs. Tell your doctor of new or worsening skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. When you can get more out of your lungs, you can do more with less asthma. And isn't that better? Ask your doctor about Dupixent, the most prescribed biologic in asthma. Also approved as an add-on treatment for adults with COPD that is not well controlled and with a specific marker of inflammation.
This year, spend your summer in a new Toyota from Findlay Downtown Toyota. And take advantage of the great lease options and financing specials currently being offered. This week at Findlay.
Next, E.T.
I'm trying to
deliver for you, okay? We're with Tom Cruise bringing the final reckoning to New York City, plus our Gwyneth Paltrow exclusive, and the real-life Lilo comes to Hollywood. Next,
Watch
E.T.
4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
This week, look who's taking over morning TV.
Good morning, America.
It's Lilo and Stitch Week with Maya K. Loha live and the cast of And Just Like That on
Good Morning, America.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Well, welcome back. Kootenai County voters will be deciding on several multi-million-dollar levies and bonds during tomorrow's election. Public safety and education services are just some of the issues voters will be deciding on. Our Madeline Mullins spoke with 2 of the groups who have issues on the ballot about what's at stake.
The Coeur d'Alene Fire Department and the Post Falls School District want you to get out and vote.
We're encouraging voters to go out and vote informed.
That is because the fire department has a $16 million bond on the ballot that they say is crucial to providing emergency services to the growing area.
$10 million of that will go towards fleet replacement, so replacing our ladder truck and our frontline engines. And then the remainder is going to go into 3 facilities projects, which has become too small to be able to effectively manage operations out of there.
If approved, it would cost homeowners $16.07 per $100,000 of taxable assessed property value and need 66 2/3 of the vote to pass. In Post Falls, the school district is asking voters to approve a nearly $12 million levy.
So the levy pays for all extracurricular activities and athletics. It pays for virtually all of our school safety, so think surveillance cameras, campus security, school resource officers, nursing, health room aides.
The Post Falls School District is just one of 3 school districts in Kootenai County that have a levy on the ballot tomorrow, and this levy will need a simple majority to pass. The Lakeland School District also has a levy on the ballot. The money from both the Lakeland and Post Falls levies will fund students' participation in the Kootenai Technical Education campus.
And I just think that our programs are so important to the community, so important to local employers, so important to these kids to come out and get to experience this.
Polls will be open tomorrow from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And the Kootenai County Elections Office wants people to know that you must vote at your specific polling location. Information about how you can find that is on our website at kxly.com. In Kootenai County, Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
All right, let's send it over to Chris Crocker with your first alert forecast. And we got some showers in parts, don't we?
Yes, we do. It looks pretty good over the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena. The first blue sky I've seen. It is chilly, however, 52 degrees. And we do have some showers developing around the region, redeveloping, I should say, on our radar right now. A little bit of wet weather popping up in far eastern Kootenai County, moving into the mountains of the Panhandle. Meanwhile, some thunderstorm activity further to the south. We are looking at an area that's near La Crosse and Pomeroy. Also, some thunderstorms that actually have just started developing around the Royal City area. We'll zoom in there and see that is south of Moses Lake and heading to the east. But this is also one that we've been watching, as you can see as we zoom in. It's just north of Starbuck, and we're seeing some additional development happening now. So our chance of wet weather peaks in Spokane around 9 p.m. but continues until about 3 o'clock in the morning. Even though the skies are clear right now, expect that you will get another round of wet weather at your house and perhaps even a rumble of thunder. And I'll be back with your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes, Derek.
All right, sounds good, Chris. Thank you. Some breaking news just into the newsroom. We now know when Spokane City Council member Lili Navarrete will step down. Her last day will be June 30th. She announced back in March that she would not be seeking re-election. Navarrete released a statement reading, "I am confident that the council will continue to thrive without me, and I have complete faith in the team to tackle any challenges that come their way." Well, beloved summer tradition in Spokane County, unexpectedly paused last year, is set to make an extraordinary comeback. Today, we visited the growers at Green Bluff, where they shared a promising update on their crops. Last year, you may remember this, many growers' peach and cherry trees suffered a devastating total loss, stretching harvesters thin.
So we lost 100% of peaches and 100% of cherries last year, which was brutal.
See how these trees are bouncing back in a remarkable way and what this means for your summer adventures tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest. Caritas Food Bank, an organization that's been helping families for more than 30 years, will soon get a new home. But their small space limits how much food it can store and how many people it can serve. So now, Mark Peterson and the Extreme team are renovating the basement of a church in Northwest Spokane so the food bank can help more people. Let's send it over to Mark now to check in on their progress.
Now, this is a multi-phase project in this building because up above, they're going to have another nonprofit in there. So the church is changing this into a community center. So we're not the only game in town, but down here in the basement where Caritas is going to be located, due to previous water damage, we had to rip a lot of the wall front off and then replaster it. Also, there's a new bathroom upstairs, so they had to come downstairs with the plumbing. So all of that's going to have to be repaired. But of course, this room is going to get a paint job. This is going to be the main office for the executive director, Christine. So we're going to make sure this room's really cool. The issue is right now, it's a bit of a mess. We continue to paint. We continue to work on the interior and exterior. In fact, did a little cleanup as we're going to have to put a ramp inside to get the food from upstairs, from the parking lot down into it. We're going to have more on that for Tuesday. For the 4 News Now Extreme team at Caritas Food Bank, I'm Mark Peterson.
All right. Well, Washington Governor Bob Ferguson signed a bill into law today that eliminates a special education funding gap. This effectively puts Washington on track to fully funding special education in public schools for the first time ever. Up until now, the state only provided additional funding for up to 16% of a school district's student population. So if 20% of students required special education services, the school district would need to find ways to fund the remaining 4%. The bill also simplifies the formula used by the state to determine how much will be provided per student. The governor also signed a bill that provides $100 million in grant funding to law enforcement agencies to hire new recruits.
I made a promise that this legislative session we must provide significant funding to hire more law enforcement officers in our state. We ranked last, 50th per capita in number of law enforcement officers. That needs to change.
The money to fund these grants is part of the latest budget proposal currently sitting on the governor's desk. He has until tomorrow to sign or veto that budget. All right, baseball season in Spokane means baseball for all, and Buddy Ball gives kids with mental and physical disabilities a chance at the sport, Jack.
This program just started up their season this weekend, and check out after the break the impact this program has on the young ball players turning their dreams to reality.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Mainstream Electric Heating, Cooling, Plumbing.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. The winning is just the beginning. So you're looking for something to do? We got you. Want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you wanna do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Go to Lake Casino. At the Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. The winning is just the beginning.
Wherever the road takes you, Chevy is ready to drive you forward. With pure power unleashed and future-forward technology. Because every mile matters. And every path leads to new possibilities.
Get the freedom to save and 2.9% financing plus no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2025 Equinox models.
See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
With an unsettling economy, Caritas Food Bank has new clients enrolling every day. Now serving over 500 households a month, it's time for the Extreme Team to help with Caritas's growth. 4 News Now Extreme Team, brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
If you haven't been to the Northwest Granite and Cabinet Store in the Valley, then you are missing out on your home's possibilities. From exotic, beautiful countertops to all wood functional cabinets and a ton of flooring choices, Northwest Granite and More can help you transform any room in your home into a masterpiece. So, if you have a project coming up, stop by Northwest Granite and More today, where your wishes become reality.
Win and save with double lucky number Tuesday this week at Buy Mart. Just by matching your ending number, you can win Brawny paper towels. Plus, save with Tuesday only pricing. Win and save with 70th anniversary double lucky number Tuesday at Buy Mart.
Okay, people, admit it. You love your game shows. I love game shows. We all love game shows. It's showtime. But what don't you know?
Just when you thought you knew everything about game shows.
A show about game shows. So special.
My guilty pleasure.
Anything goes.
Making whoopee. Oh, it's better than sex.
Well, now, Jerry, I'm not sure about all that, but it is gonna be good.
Welcome to the game show.
Tuesday night on ABC.
You're welcome.
And stream on Hulu.
It's the middle of baseball season for plenty of our local teams, and that includes the Spokane Indians youth baseball divisions. Sydney Berger spent the day with one league that focuses on opportunities for all types of athletes.
Well, kids like these are usually told they won't ever play sports, but in one Spokane league, limits don't exist. Buddy Ball gives every kid a chance to swing beyond the fences and maybe find a new friend cheering them to home plate.
He's going home. He's going home. He's going home. And he's safe.
Opening day for Bambino Buddy Ball's 18th season was out of the park. The league through Spokane Indians youth baseball is designed to not only give opportunities to physically or mentally challenged kids, but to empower them.
You like him third base? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Leslie Segra is almost 2 decades into heading up this program. It's a commitment she says hits close to home.
Both of my kids have disabilities, and my oldest son was diagnosed at 6, and they told me he would never play sports. And when I was growing up, sports was a really important part of my world, and so I just decided I was going to figure out a way for my kid to play sports.
Being a part of a team, making new friends, and playing for fun outdoors shouldn't be out of reach for any child.
One of the particular players I remember was 16, and he was afraid he was way too old for this and way too cool for it. And I finally convinced him to play. He played a full season. He showed up at the end of the year banquet in a suit and came up to me crying and said this was the first trophy he had ever gotten.
For this season's opening day, the Spokane Heaters youth baseball team had the honor of buddying up with a player, teaching them the basics of the game.
Nice level swing, all right?
Before leading them around the diamond. With a big crowd and several teams, Leslie stressed finding buddies for game day is always a need.
We'll take anybody that has a heart, some patience, and a glove.
Well, if you want to find a way to get involved or need more information on the Buddy Ball division, you can visit our website, KXLY.com. In studio, Sydney Berger, 4 News Now Sports.
Thanks for that great story, Sydney. And Gonzaga women's basketball team continues to add to their 2025-26 non-conference schedule with the addition of the South Dakota State Jackrabbits at the neutral site Sanford Pentagon. The Jacks won the Summit League last season, their 3rd straight year clinching both the regular and postseason crown. They earned a 10 seed in the NCAA tournament. They upset Oklahoma State and then lost to eventual national champions Connecticut. It's the Zags' first trip to the Pentagon in 5 years, second meeting with SDSU in the last 3 seasons. They beat the Jackrabbits 83-58 in December 2023. Tip-off in Sioux Falls is November 20th. And another week means another Colorado Rockies Organization Player of the Week. On this Team of the Week, we have another Spokane Indian player with a nod. It's closer Wellington Herrera. The pitcher, rated as the top relief pitcher in all of the minors this week by MLB Pipeline, has a 1-0 record with 10 saves, under half 1-run ERA, 14 strikeouts per 9 innings. He has been remarkable so far this season. I'll see him tomorrow because the Indians return to Spokane at 11 a.m. I'm on first pitch duty. A little bit nervous. I haven't done that at a game before,
and
so we'll see.
Natalie put one right down the middle in her attempt, so yeah, the pressure's on. And by the way, I'm up in a couple weeks after you, so.
Very good.
Jack, good luck. Well, around the nation now, victims of explicit deep fakes are now protected by federal law. The Take It Down Act will criminalize the sharing of non-consensual explicit deep fake images in which a person's face is superimposed on a nude body using artificial intelligence without their permission. The president says anyone convicted of intentionally distributing explicit images without the subject's consent will face time in prison.
We will not tolerate online sexual exploitation, and especially it's gone on at levels that nobody's ever seen before. It's getting worse and worse, and I think this is going to hopefully stop it.
The law will also require tech platforms to take an active role in combating the issue, requiring them to remove the images within 48 hours of being notified about them.
Your Tuesday planner, it's going to be warmer than today, but still below average. 60 for a high, 68 is our average high. We have the chance of some light showers, a much better chance to see some rain just here in the next few hours. I'll explain after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
This is summer with the Nissan Summer Sales Event, featuring the Rogue, Pathfinder, and Frontier, free from new tariffs. Hurry to a Nissan dealer today.
Now get up to $6,000 total savings on Frontier.
This year, make your home more energy efficient and beautiful with McVey Brothers Roofing, Siding, and Windows. Did you know McVey Brothers sells the popular Coeur d'Alene windows? And last year, the 6,000 Window and Door Series won the prestigious Energy Star Efficiency Award. Well, right now, when you purchase a 6,000 Series window, we'll match your energy rebate based on current utility rebates. Plus, give you $500 off any roof you add to the job. At McVey Brothers, we're always working for you.
The Open House Memorial Sale is on now at R&R RV in Liberty Lake and North Spokane. See the top-selling motorhomes, toy haulers, fifth wheels, and travel trailers from the nation's top brands. Tour our service centers. Stock up in the parts department and enjoy free barbecue Friday and Saturday. Every RV open and marked with a low sale price. Bring your trade. R&R RV is paying our top dollar for almost anything in trade. The Open House Memorial Sale on now at R&R RV Center, Liberty Lake and North Spokane.
Water is an essential part of our everyday lives. It's important that Spokane acts wisely to preserve our precious water resources and not waste money on evaporation and the need for supplemental water infrastructure due to a burdened aquifer. Please avoid watering your lawn between the hours of 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. and limit watering to under 2 hours a day, 3 days a week. If we all do our part, we'll keep our river flowing strong, even in times of drought.
I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. Of travel I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. Of travel I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere.
Wherever you need us, American On Site.
This is summer with the Nissan Summer Sales Event, featuring the Rogue, Pathfinder, and Frontier, free from new tariffs. Hurry to a Nissan dealer today.
Now get 0% APR for 60 months on Pathfinder.
4 News Now is brought to you by Cal Cars in Airway Heights and Coeur d'Alene.
Well, you'll soon be able to watch Sesame Street on Netflix. That's after the show's producer, Sesame Workshop, reached a deal with the streaming service. This comes as Warner Brothers Discovery did not renew a deal for the show to be streamed on Max. The Netflix deal calls for new episodes with Big Bird, Cookie Monster, and the gang to debut on PBS stations and on the PBS Kids app on the same day they are released on Netflix. You got to keep Sesame Street. It's like one of those shows you have to protect at all costs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Big in my house as a child and as a mom.
For sure.
Yeah, got to keep that going. We've got a little bit of excitement in the weather department.
I'm seeing it on your radar over here.
Just a little bit blooming. South of Spokane, well, and also west of Spokane, a little bit of convection as well. But we're looking at this line from just to the east of Pullman through Connell, up through Othello with some isolated lightning strikes. We're south of I-90, but also have a little batch of precipitation developing here in the Waterville Plateau. We'll zoom in on this area of thunderstorm activity west of Othello. We are south of Moses Lake, picking up a few cloud-to-ground lightning strikes. I've had a lot of questions why we differentiate between positive and negative. The positive strikes are more lethal. They are more likely to cause wildfires, and that is why we like to keep a little bit closer eye on those positive strikes, and I thought you would find that information interesting as well. The thunderstorms have tapered off a little bit in this area of shower activity that is just to the west of the Colfax and Pullman area. It's moving almost directly to the east, so you may get a shower or two here in Pullman and Moscow in the next hour or so, and all of this moving into Spokane between 9 and 10 o'clock. It looks like the best chance for any sort of thunderstorm activity will still remain south of I-90, but don't be surprised if you get a big wind gust or hear a rumble of thunder or get a little bit of hail or graupel here tonight. By 1 a.m., we're almost completely dry, a few showers down on the Palouse, and then we are going to start the day off dry with some sunshine tomorrow. Meanwhile, let's talk about temperatures. We have had below average temperatures now. Today, only 52. For many, many days in a row, and by the time it's all said and done, it'll probably end up being 12 days in a row. These orange boxes are the days where we had above average temperatures, including this 80-degree day on the 2nd rather, of May. We've had one in May. We average 4 80-degree or higher days in May. 15 is our record set back in 1924. I'm I'm not entirely convinced we're going to get another 80-degree day, but we'll make a run at it in our high temperature trend. 3 more days of below average temperatures, then we're right about average Friday and Saturday before we jump to above average temperatures. Looks like 77 on Monday, and we'll keep temperatures just a hair above average through the end of the month. At least that's how it looks right now. Your planning forecast, there is a chance of showers tomorrow afternoon. We're dry Wednesday with sunshine, slight chance of showers Thursday, and another chance on Friday. And then we've got that warmer weather to look forward to the second half of the weekend. Derek?
All right, Chris, sounds good. Thank you. Spokane parks are busy with families enjoying splash pads, playgrounds, and sports courts. But issues like trash, drug use, and illegal camping can disrupt the fun. So this year, Spokane police are continuing a strategy that assigns specific officers to patrol specific parks. Except this year, you can expect these kinds of patrols around the clock. According to data from SPD, in 2024, officers increased proactive patrols in the parks. This led to a big decrease in violent crimes and calls for service compared to the previous year.
Being present, uniform presence is a huge deterrence and calming factor and safety enhancement for folks.
Now visit our website, KXLY.com, to see this full report that first aired on Good Morning Northwest. All right, before we go to a break, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup for your Monday night.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Get 0.9% APR on select Sierra 1500 models.
ShopDaveSmith.com.
What about now? Is that what a thief looks like? Eyes were softer. Can I just... This is him. This is the guy. You need an eye exam. Wait weeks for an appointment? No, that's criminal.
Word on the street is at Stanton Optical, you don't have to wait for an eye exam. That way, you don't miss important details like faces. 2 pairs of glasses and a free eye exam for $79 all same day. Stanton Optical. Easy as our thing.
Huh, never a doubt. See our great selection of Tundras with backup assist technology and other advanced features at Parker Toyota in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
Just look at those beautiful plants and flowers from the Plant Farm. The Plant Farm is Spokane's go-to garden center. A promise of trust and confidence comes with the healthiest plants from the Plant Farm because their plants and flowers are grown right here. Get annuals, perennials, roses, trees, shrubs, and their signature hanging baskets and more, even indoor plants. Head to the Plant Farm, Spokane's go-to garden center on 4th between Evergreen and Adams in the Spokane Valley because life is better in the garden.
It's the Click It RV Spokane Pre-Memorial Day Sales Event. Huge manufacturer's discounts from Forest River, StarCraft, and more. Get 0 down financing and no payment for 90 days. And get top dollar for your trade. And as our way of saying thank you, active military and veterans get a $500 parts and service card. And talk about giveaways. Win a StarCraft trailer or $30,000 in cash. And get a 65-inch TV with every purchase. Nobody beats a Click It RV deal. We guarantee it. So don't miss the Click It RV Spokane Pre-Memorial Day Sales Event. May 18th to the 30th. 4 News Now is brought to you by WSECU.
All right, coming up tonight on Nightside, graduation season is here, and if you or someone you know is beginning their job search, what experts want you to know to stand out from the competition, that's coming up tonight at 11 o'clock.
I have one of those. As a matter of fact, I'll be watching. I'm also watching the radar closely as we're seeing some thunderstorms developing across southern Washington, south of I-90, moving to the east, but also right around Ritzville and Wilbur. So we'll keep a close eye on those.
Yeah, definitely. Everything to the south there, too. All right. Thank you so much for watching 4 News Now at 6. We hope to see you back here tonight at 11 o'clock for Nightside. We'll see you then.